What up? What up? What up? It's Reckley Podcast, man. Episode 123. If y'all know me, y'all know my name is Randy Little. I do my best to try to host this thing. If you new, welcome. If you've been listening for multiple episodes, I don't want to put a number on it. Shout out to you. Two-man crew on this one. Me, Rocket, and we just talking current events. A lot of trailers for the second straight episode. We got a dump truck full of trailers to talk about. And then news. There's been horror movie news. There's been casting announcements. There's been unconfirmed casting announcements. Motherfuckers was acting like all that shit was in stone, though. And other stuff. So, yeah. Let's just, I hit my table. Let's just jump in to the recently released theatrical or streaming releases. The weekend of November the 17th, The Hunger Games, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes came out. Trolls Band Together came out. Thanksgiving came out. All three of those reviews on my personal YouTube channel. This past Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, we got Napoleon, the Ridley Scott, Joaquin Phoenix starring dramatic epic. We got Wish, the new Disney animation. We got Leo, where I think Adam Sandler voices a lizard. That's on Netflix. And then on Paramount Plus, Good Burger 2 came out. This upcoming weekend, December 1st, Silent Night, directed by John Woo, starring Joel Kinnaman. What if the first weekend in December just becomes Christmas action movie weekend? Last year it was Violent Night. This year it's Silent Night. It's John Woo, so I hope it's dope. I don't know if my theater's gonna get it though. And then the weekend of December the 8th, as far as I know, nothing comes out. Probably something limited. That's when Empire of Light came out, I think last year. Sam Mendes. But this year, nothing that I know of, because I think even Anyone But You was maybe supposed to be scheduled that day, and then got moved, I believe, to the 22nd. So, on physical, Tuesday, November the 14th, we had some shit come out. Looks like Rudy got a 4K, Duel got a 4K, Sound of Freedom came out, Paramount Presents put out Terms of Endearment, The Nun 2 came out, Equalizer 3 came out. Is that a Shout Factory Sunny Chiba collection? Smoking on some of your finest Chiba. Justified City Primeval came out. Guarding Test, I was gonna cop just because it was Nicolas Cage, but I decided to pass. See a bunch of re-releases. A bunch of I think I mentioned last episode, why is Stargirl Season 1 getting a re-release when Season 3 isn't even on physical yet? And then this past Tuesday, November the 21st, Oppenheimer came out. Mean Streets got a Criterion. Police Academy. The whole Police Academy franchise came out from Shout Factory. Saw X came out. Expendables 4 came out. Yes, Nick, if you listening, Love Actually did come out on 4K. I see a Resident Evil box set. I see an Expendables steelbook with all 4 movies. The Expanse. Rocket was talking about that. This upcoming Tuesday, November the 28th, Marvel is putting WandaVision out in that steelbook that I'm being forced to buy. Yes, forced, because it's MCU, I have to buy it. My compulsion will not allow me to ignore that it was released. The DC show that was on Netflix and not Max, Sandman, Season 1 is coming out. A Haunting in Venice comes out this Tuesday. Monk Season 1 from Kino Labor comes out this Tuesday. That might be it. This is kind of sort of a light Tuesday. Is that a re-release of The Sandlot? My Sandlot has a dope slip that feels like a baseball, so I don't need that. The Tuesday before the next episode, I believe, is the 5th of December. Titanic on 4K, Stand By Me on 4K, Star Trek Strange New Worlds on 4K, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny finally coming out that first Tuesday in December. I see Northern Exposure. They fumbled the cover art on like every version of Indiana Jones. Like Disney screwed the pooch on that one. That looks to be it for physical media. But I'm gonna be back, me and the Rocket Man, and we go chop it up, have some fun, talk some movies, man. Strike League Podcast. And we back, potting. Your boy and Rocket. I thought we was gonna be a little more crowded than this. We might have a pop-in guest, but some people like working the weekends. Well, like get scheduled to work the weekends, cause like prior engagements just. Never mind. I'm gonna start crying. Rocket, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, man. Good, a lot of fun. How was yours?
It was cool. Wife was working on Thursday, so we ate Wednesday night. Football all day. Okay. Movies on Friday.
Same.
I guess just like we did last time, let's hit a couple of these trailers that came out. Did you see the trailer for the new Garfield, the animated Garfield movie?
Yeah, I liked it.
Right.
I don't know who's asking for a Garfield movie, but I remember I grew up. My cousin back home, he's a huge Garfield fan. He collected everything Garfield. That's what got me into the cartoon. But I liked it. I think it's gonna be, or I'm hoping it's gonna be better than the Bill Murray ones. So, but it's all animated. I think that's the thing.
I never saw the Bill Murray ones.
Yeah, they're okay. They're okay.
He said in Zombieland that he regretted them motherfuckers.
Towards for kids.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he regretted it. Yeah.
Who was Breckenmeyer was John. Was Odie in those movies?
Yep. I think he was in the second one. I can't even recall, to be honest with you. He might have been in the second one.
What was it like? I remember like a Saturday morning cartoon where like you got your Garfield, and then what was it like? There was like some chickens or something, and like one of them was like walking around like not fully hatched out of the egg.
Yeah, it was like you see his legs, but no shit. Shell was covering his head and all that. It's weird, man. Like I remember, like Saturday morning cartoons. That's where I basically got my fix of Garfield. Just watching those cartoons.
Yeah, those cartoons were fire. I don't know if
I'm just hoping it's better.
I don't know if Chris Pratt like fully embraced like the fuck it of Garfield. You know what I mean? Like he just sounds like Chris Pratt, and I don't know if there's enough laziness in his voice.
Yeah, because like that was the whole thing about Garfield. He was lazy. He didn't care. It was like he was gonna do what he was gonna do, but also it was more of the like. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like just that like monotone, lazy voice. It's going to be interesting if he brings that to the table. I mean, and that's in every iteration of Garfield. Bill Murray did it. It was in the cartoons. So hopefully he does bring that to the character as well.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I'll see it. It's like, it's weird. Like Sony has like their Sony animation block, you know what I mean? But then they'll do like a Arthur Christmas or like a Garfield or a Monster House that they put it out, but it's not technically a Sony animated release. Like one of the Peter Rabbit movies or Angry Birds don't qualify as like a Sony animation.
And that's weird because like I love Monster House. And Arthur's Christmas is fantastic. Arthur's Christmas is fantastic. So I mean, yeah, I'm just hoping. You know, this is going to be a hit with the little kids, with the younger kids. You know, and as an adult, remember, like I said, I grew up watching Garfield on Saturday morning, so of course I'm going to check it out.
And what else? You see the Madam Web trailer?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Like, okay, I understand what Sony is trying to do.
Milk
You know, with
Spider-Man.
Craven coming out. Yep.
Milk
Venom,
Milk
the
the
first two,
Spider-Man
fantastic.
rogues.
Yep. And then you got Morbius that didn't do that well. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it wasn't good. But at the end of the day, this Madam Web just seems like, I think this is the problem. I think if it wasn't attached to Spider-Man or in that universe and it was just a superhero type movie, I think it would be cool, you know? But at the end of the day, I think because we know who Madam Web is, or people that go to the movies and read the comics and all that. I don't know about the normies, but we know who Madam Web is. It just seems like a generic, paint by numbers superheroes type movie. Like there was nothing that got me excited. It was like, oh,
No.
okay, yes, am I gonna see it? Yeah, I'm gonna be an idiot and go to the movie theater and check it out. But at the end of the day, it's just like I'm not hyped for it. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to see how this connects to this or that. It's just I'm gonna go see it.
Exactly. It's just this is gonna be. I might end up on a little rant, but Venom, Carnage, Morbius. This is gonna be the fourth movie in this shared universe, and nothing is connected to anything else. Like I think Venom 2, like or Morbius may have like made mention of something in San Francisco, but none of these villains know anything about each other. Madam Web has to be the
Nope.
connecting movie. She's like clairvoyant or whatever. She can see different multiverses and
Yeah.
timelines and all this. She has to be what connects all these movies together. Because the way that they shuffle and rearrange and reschedule and schedule and cancel, like the El Muerto movie with Bad Bunny is just like off the books. He bailed, so they was like, fuck
Yeah.
it, we're not doing that movie. So like, why was that movie important to a Sony Spider-Man universe that doesn't have Spider-Man in it? Craven was supposed to come out like 6 weeks ago, right? Now before Madam
Yeah.
Web. Now it comes out in August after Madam Web. Venom 3 was supposed to come out in July after both of them. Now it comes out next November after both of them. And they just, like, I'm telling you, they just got characters like on a wall, and whatever the dart hits gets a movie.
And I agree with that. And I honestly think Morbius, I think there's a good movie in there. I think what happened was, since they pushed it back and and COVID hit and all that, it's sometimes, guys paint the masterpiece. Let's just use that term, masterpiece. Or when you went to college, you wrote the paper, but then you're like, I have time to sit on it. It's not due till next week. How can I tinker and try to make it better when you're actually, making it worse by just let it be? And I think that's what happened with Morbius. I think they had a good movie in there. I mean, we saw stuff in the trailers that weren't in the movies, and then some of the mid and post credit scenes made no sense.
Facts.
To a movie that already didn't make any sense,
like,
at the time. But I think,
is Michael Keaton gonna be in Craven or Venom 3? Who knows? But he's in that universe now.
And that's the thing. Yeah, he is. And I understand him getting pulled from one universe into the other. Get it? Okay, we got the multi going, but I think, and also, I can't even remember this, but now I know Morbius was supposed to be dropped sooner than certain movies that Marvel was supposed to drop, and then it went by it getting pushed back. Like you said, it got rearranged. Maybe that's why a lot of the stuff might have ended up on to make it try to fit. It's just, I don't know.
I think Morbius initially had
I just hope Madam Web isn't that.
Isn't what?
No, I'm just hoping like Madam Web doesn't get the same fate as Morbius does.
Oh no, I think it's locked into February. Because now that the strike's over, like they have no reason to delay anything. But yeah, I think Morbius had that initial like October release window, like right after the first Venom, like a literal year after the first Venom, and then yeah, like delays, reshoots, COVID, bullshit. because Venom 2 was originally supposed to come out that following June, like June of 2020, and then yeah, it was just all a mess. But yeah, like I don't love Dakota Johnson. Like if they really wanted to do some cool multiversal shit, bring back Sally Fields. She's literally Madam Web, but a variant of Aunt May, whatever. And it looks exactly like Madam Web. And then have Andrew Garfield in a post-credit scene explaining everything. And I just came from a world with 2 other Spider-Man, so whatever.
And you know what you said, Sally Field. Like let's do something like this where, say they brought in Sally Field. She is Madam Web. She could tell as Sally Field her story, and they could flash back. And now you bring in Dakota Johnson and tell her.
Yeah.
Sally Field is like, give me something different. This, and also is, when did this take place? Now, did this take place prior to Venom, or after Venom, or before Morbius? Because at the end of the day, like you said, she is clairvoyant. Something happened, makes her clairvoyant. Now, is it going to be where after this whole move, one of the post-credit scenes or mid-credit scenes, it might be like she sees something in the future with Venom or Morbius?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. Now, is that telling me that these movies already happened, then it's this? Or is she in between one of the two? That's where all this hopping around, hearing the same thing, like let's say, it's these timelines, you're trying to build franchises. If you're going to do it a certain way. Stop with the jumping around all over the place.
Hell yeah.
That's what kind of happened with Black Widow, Black Widow should have come out like 70. I'll tell you this right now. Before Endgame, if Black Widow would have came out after Infinity War, that would have had more stakes per se, because she was still alive.
That's a fact.
Them dropping it after Endgame, we already know she's dead. It's like, oh, this has nothing. I'll watch it, but I already know what her fate is.
That's a fact. I mean, there's so many rumors. There's always speculation and rumors about new movies, but I heard that Madam Web takes place like 20 years ago, and Adam Scott possibly might be Uncle Ben. And,
interesting.
But also, like, if it's in this new Sony universe, who's the established Spider-Man? If it's in like either Toby or Andrew's universe, why does the villain have a spider suit? Like, why does he look just like Spider-Man?
Yeah. And also, I know, like you said, Marvel is solely in cahoots with the Spider-Man movies. I know this is Sony in its own world, its own universe. But also now, remember in the scene No Way Home, when they're all together talking, oh, I fought an alien, I fought this, I fought that. Does that take place after all that happened? Whoever's universe you go to, whether it's Tobey Maguire's universe, or Tom, obviously I'm guessing this is not Tom Holland's universe.
No, there's no way.
I'm guessing it's either Tom Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
I hope Kevin Feige forbid that bullshit.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, whose universe are they going to use or go into? But also, and that scene, I fought, Tom Maguire, I fought an alien, I fought this. Andrew Garfield's like, oh, I just fought a guy in a rhino suit. You know what I mean? It's funny because now, if he ends up fighting this, it has to be, let's say it's in Andrew Garfield's universe, it has to be after the fact of those events. Because if it's prior to, then it's like, why didn't he mention that?
Yeah. It's all convoluted. Did you see the trailer for What If Season 2?
Yeah, interesting.
Right.
Like, not the GOAT. The MVP of Season 1 is definitely the Doctor Strange ones. Doctor Strange was the guy in that.
I gotta rewatch it because I remember not loving the Doctor Strange episode.
I like the Doctor Strange ones because it was definitely, they were darker.
Yeah.
But also towards the end, you could see he was the leader of whatever group that was for the What If,
What they call themselves, the Guardians of the Multiverse or something?
Yeah. So and that's the thing is I want to see. I wish they would continue that line, but who knows? Because I like the one I'm
Yeah,
interested in is the one with Happy Hogan. It's called, I think, Happy Hogan Saves Christmas or something like that.
yeah,
And John Favreau's coming back to voice the character. So it's gonna be. I'm intrigued. I'll say that. I'm
yeah.
intrigued.
It starts December 22nd. They're doing one episode a day all the way up until New Year's Eve.
Day.
New Year's Day.
Yep.
Shit.
I think it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah, because it's a 9 episode season, and I'm gonna look
Yeah.
bad like
So that
not being
puts it
able
up
to
to
count.
31st.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if I want to get my review for that season, in, I'm gonna have to keep up with one episode a day and review it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking out loud on wax. This is unprofessional. It's gonna be like one of my like last videos on the 31st. I'm gonna be able to do. Yeah, they do like a throwback Avengers. Like I feel like I saw like the episode list, and now I can't think of it now that I'm trying to. But I saw something like the multiverse like had like a purple hue because He Who Remains was in control, and now that Loki's in control,
Yeah.
season 2 has like a green hue to it. Like little detail like that
Yeah.
is really
Yeah.
fire.
I like that too. And that's the thing is what it's these stories of this is what could have happened if this happened. Like so I kind of like that. It's not canon because it never happened. It's just this could have happened.
Yeah.
And some other verse and all that. But also it's going to be talking about the He Who Remains. Jonathan Majors as well is what's going to happen with that character Kang overall, in the TV shows, the cartoons, the movies. I mean,
They just need to stop bullshitting and press forward.
mm-hmm.
It's like that's the rumor and speculation that pisses me off. Marvel, Kevin Feige needs to come out and say one way or the other. Like, yeah, we're gonna sidetrack from Kang, or like, nah, this is our guy. Like, we're not ruining our story because of what happened when he's clearly innocent.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing though too is like I know, hey, storylines change, and right now you're hearing all this Doctor Doom rumors and all that, and the crazy thing about it is, like we talked about phase 1, phase 2, all that. Each phase led to something. It was going to be at the end of the day a head-to-head culmination with they were going to meet up and fight Thanos. Fantastic. Where are we going with this?
Yeah, like it's
Every
sloppily.
new movie, the Marvels, this is going to change. This is going to.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's like you introduce your core heroes, tease Thanos at the end of the first team up, tease Thanos again at the end of the second team up. He was in Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Like he popped in and out of different stories. We've seen Kang variants in Loki and in Ant-Man. Everybody else in this multiverse saga, technically Black Widow counts, even though there's nothing multiversal at all. Spider-Man movies, Thor movies, Guardians 3, Eternals, Shang-Chi, The Marvels. Nothing Kang related at all. Barely anything multiversal at all. Like the Marvels did what the Marvels did, and Multiverse of Madness was like dollar store multiverse. Like Multiverse of Madness and only going to like 3 different universes irritates the fuck out of me. It's a solid movie.
Yeah.
It was just like I could give it a compliment, but I was let down. Like it's like you torn in 2 different directions and shit. But like and with only one movie next year, they kind of got to stick the landing now.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, like you said, the Multiverse of Madness, did I enjoy it? Yes. I know some people didn't. I get it. Some people were confused by it. Totally understand that. But I like to call it a solid mess. It was a solid mess because I enjoyed the movie for what it was, but it was a mess. Like it's called Multiverse of Madness, and I feel, even though I wasn't a huge fan of this movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once actually did the multiverse better than the multiverse of
Yeah,
madness. Because they, it was they. That's how it was. Even Loki, with what's going on, I think did it better.
way better.
Um, it's just I was excited for the Marvels in the sense of like, saw the trailers. Didn't hype me, but I was interested. I loved Miss Marvel. I enjoyed Miss Marvel. I did like the first Captain Marvel. Okay, you know, and I wanted to see, with Monica Rambeau, the dynamic. Because last time Captain Marvel, so she was a little kid. Now she's grown up. How are they gonna,
I wanted to
be
see
together? It's
Monica
gonna be
Rambeau too.
awkward and all that. But I was more excited because of the Bengals, of this, of that. It all was connected. I'm like, we
Yeah,
gotta see Shang-Chi at least in a post credit or mid credit scene. And I was highly disappointed that he wasn't even
yeah,
mentioned or anything or even seen. And I think that's the problem is you have the Bengal, you have this, you have that with Miss Marvel, the villain going after the same thing. The Ten Rings, you cannot tell me all this is not connected. And the sad thing is at the end of Shang-Chi, is you're going to be seeing Shang-Chi soon. You're going to see the Ten Rings, which his sister takes over. She's somewhere in the mix. And yet, this took place, what, almost 3 years ago, this movie?
yeah. That's what I'm
2020, I
saying.
think.
Like real time in the
Where is
MCU
he at?
timeline, like they gotta clear it up eventually. Cause for all we know,
Mm-hmm.
the Marvels and Shang-Chi could take place at the exact same time. But they're not specifying, they're not being clear about when things take place in phase 4, 5, and 6. So like I don't know, like we all know it's a mess. I feel like we bring it up like every other 2 or 3 episodes. But yeah, like the Marvels should have mentioned when she saw the bangle, like man, like the blue lights look like these rings I saw, and da da da. But like we don't know if Banner and Carol have seen that yet. We don't know if Wong has gotten all them together yet. Like in real
And
time to us, it's been over 2 years. Who know? Like we just don't know in the
exactly.
story when it happens.
And that's the thing is, like you said, we don't know when it happens because in this one, Carol, Captain Marvel has long hair.
Yeah,
In the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi, she has short hair and all that. Like, one way or another, it's contradicting itself because if the Marvels happened before Shang-Chi, let's say timeline-wise, in the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi, she's be like, I've seen something like this before.
yeah.
Or or in Shang-Chi at the post-credit scene, okay, she never saw that. Okay, she had to go. Now Miss Marvel, she's like, ooh, this reminds me of something. You would think one way or another, she's cornered to at least realize something or something familiar.
You
And
would
for
think.
none of that to be mentioned, it's
See, but also like I feel like if we can just get to Captain America: Brave New World, I feel like everybody's questions are gonna be like semi-answered because that movie's plot specifically is supposed to revolve around the Celestial that's stuck in the ocean, and Sam Wilson, Captain America, is supposed to try to assemble like a new Avengers. So like maybe we'll get some answers. But let's break right quick and then we just jump into the next bullet. All right, so it came out that Pedro Pascal has been cast as Reed Richards. I think depending on his availability while filming Last of Us 2 and probably Mandalorian. And I'm sure like Disney is Mandalorian and Fantastic Four, so I'm sure they'll work with him on that. But Warner Brothers is probably gonna be on some whole shit. So I think we have a tentative agreement and we have our Reed Richards announced. But it's
yeah.
not like Disney
I,
like makes these announcements or like the Marvel Studios social media comes out and confirms or anything. So who knows? It could still be all smoke and mirrors and bullshit.
yeah, and that's the thing though too. It's like I like Pedro Pascal. He's hot commodity right now. With The
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us, Mandalorian, and now tentatively being cast as Reed Richards. I like it.
I
I like
like
the
it.
casting because we heard, Adam Driver. Excuse me, we had heard of Adam Driver, Jake Gyllenhaal, all these names. The thing is, I want to know who the rest of the cast is. Like,
Yes.
rumor has it, you know, Vanessa Kirby, who I think is awesome, would be, his wife.
I wouldn't hate it.
You know,
If they're
but
gonna go white
also they
girl,
say,
I want oh man, what's her damn name? If they're gonna go blonde white girl, I want Jodie Comer.
and that's the other one. I honestly thought she would have been the first one casted. The way things were going, Jodie Comer would have been fantastic.
All pun
They're saying
intended.
also, Joseph Quinn might be the Human Torch. That's what they're saying. That's the rumor. But like I said, these are rumors.
I've only seen
Like,
him
we
in
don't know
Stranger
nothing
Things.
definitive.
I can't really.
Yes, same. And it's just all these people who they're rumoring or saying or whatever. Even like I said, Pedro Pascal, and it's not even confirmed. It's they have a tentative deal.
Yeah.
Some people might run with it and be like, yeah, it's confirmed. Nothing's confirmed yet.
Right.
Nothing's confirmed yet.
I feel like
And that's the thing. And
if I don't know, it's like you got Pedro Pascal, so I kind of hope they go like predominantly Hispanic. Like give us a Hispanic Sue, give us a Hispanic Johnny, and then with Ben Grimm, you can do whatever you want. And like it was rumored like last year that Jason Segel was gonna be Ben Grimm in the She-Hulk show. I don't know why. Like I like
yeah,
that casting.
and they could do it how they did like the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Flash, they made him out to be, at least his mom was Latin. And that was the thing. Like in the comic books, that's not the case. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
everybody's doing a little twist, their own version of it, and all that. I get it, but also,
Piss off
it's.
the Republicans.
I feel like right now, that's the problem with Marvel right now. I feel like even they feel lost.
It's every like comic book purist. This has to be exactly how it was in the comic books, bro. You sound like Trump supporters. You sound like assholes. Cause like I'm sorry, like these are fictional, made up, imaginary people that were drawn and
Yeah.
put in a book. They don't really exist. They can be hot pink and have both reproductive organs. Who cares?
Like one of the rumors I'm hearing, Anya Taylor-Joy, supposedly like for Silver Surfer or whatever, in that whole
yeah,
thing,
that
they're
too.
thinking
Who gives a fuck if Silver Surfer is
they're
female?
thinking that, she might play Norman Rad, who is the Silver Surfer.
I'd roll with
But also,
it.
they're saying that she might play a villain. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'd roll with it. Just acknowledge
Nope.
that she was in the Fox universe. Make sure she's in a scene in Deadpool 3 dying, and then recast her in whatever MCU role you want.
I'll tell you this right now, though. I have no doubt in my mind Deadpool 3 is going to be fantastic.
Oh, for
The
sure.
first two were fantastic. But, playing devil's advocate here, but
I just need it to be called Deadpool Kills the Fox Universe. The Fox Marvel Universe, something like that.
something like that. Somebody I heard like on X, Twitter, whatever, on one of the shows, who the hell knows? There was like Deadpool threesome. Because that basically fits the Deadpool, how Deadpool is, right? And my whole thing is,
Disney would never
I
allow
have no
it.
doubt it's going to be fantastic. Yeah,
Disney would never allow
it's going to
it.
be fantastic. And I think, though, if Devil's Advocate, if Deadpool 3 is not good, Marvel's in trouble. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, Sean Levy, you got Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I love it's an underrated movie. Nobody talks about The Adam Project. I enjoyed that movie. Free Guy was fantastic. You know what I mean? It's gonna. I think Deadpool franchise is in good hands. I think it's gonna be great.
To me, Sean Levy is the weak point. I don't know if he's writing. but his directing to me is very middle of the road. His best movie is This Is Where I Leave You, and I feel like people like not enough people have even seen that shit.
I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. And isn't that with Ben Affleck or something like that?
No, sir.
No.
It's Jason Bateman, Tina Fey, Rose Byrne, Adam Driver, Corey Stoll, Catherine Hahn, Jane Fonda, and like the father of the family passes. They're all Jewish and they're sitting shiva, but the family dynamic is so toxic that it's hilarious. It's
interesting.
Yeah, but it's like the thing.
Never seen it.
He did Real Steel with Hugh Jackman, so there's a relationship there. He's obviously doing his third movie with Ryan Reynolds, but then he's got like Big Fat Liar, which I've never seen. He's got, I think, one of the Cheaper by the Dozens, maybe a Pink Panther in there, and then he's got like the Night at the Museum trilogy. He's got, like I said, Real Steel, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. Say something.
With Sean Levy, and that it's one of those where it's like with Sean Levy, I isn't he part of like in like business with Ryan Reynolds in the sense of like don't they have like their own production company, or that's just Ryan Reynolds' own thing?
Oh, The Internship, Just Married.
Yes.
He's got some solid shit. He just doesn't have like a classic. It's like This Is Where I Leave You. See, if Deadpool, which I feel like it will, if Deadpool has that Free Guy energy, it could be brilliant.
Yes, that movie is fantastic.
Exactly. But it's like
Free
Guy, screenplay by Matt Lieberman, Zach Penn. They both produced Free Guy.
And also, he has Stranger Things under his belt. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's true.
You know, and I think that's where it took off for him because, like, he's done movies in the past.
Maximum Effort is Ryan Reynolds' company.
When Stranger Things aired, I think that's when he really took off.
Yeah, he got taken a little more seriously as a creator, period. So it's like... Produced by Kevin Feige, Ryan Reynolds, Sean Levy, all get producing credit for Deadpool. Marvel Studios, Maximum Effort. So it's, yeah, like I think because like Ryan Reynolds kind of brought Deadpool to Fox, he's getting a lot of say in the final product with Kevin Feige too.
Yeah, but didn't he also do Date Night or something like that?
He did do Date Night. Date Night's solid. Date Night is very solid.
I think that was the first time I even heard of Sean Levy was like for Date Night.
How do we?
And that's another thing too is like
talk about Pedro Pascal.
I don't think Ryan Reynolds is gonna let this.
Yeah.
What happened?
I just realized we were talking about Pedro Pascal and we went into like Deadpool 3.
Yeah. No, but like you're saying, Pedro Pascal. If that is confirmed and that is the sound, that's a fantastic choice. It's just now, what's the rest of the cast going to be like?
We really need the other three. Aren't they supposed to start filming in like January?
Yeah, and that's the other thing though too is like, you know, when it comes to Fantastic Four, you know, Doctor Doom's going to be in it, get it. But if they're truly thinking of, and this may not have anything to do with Jonathan Majors, like I said, storylines evolve, storylines change. One movie hits one way, and like, ooh, maybe this isn't the one. Because, like, I'll be honest with you, I remember when I took my nephew, and the first time we saw Thanos on a post-credit scene, my nephew's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "That's Thanos."
Exactly.
He went on down the black rabbit hole and read comic books and got to learn who Thanos was. And boom, now
Purple
with all
rabbit
the other
hole.
movies, every time we saw exactly. Here, Kang, we know who Kang is, but a lot of people that aren't in that world of reading comics or in the superhero, you know, just who is this guy?
Yeah.
You know, and at least in those phases, they left breadcrumbs of Thanos and that build-up. You drop Kang in the end of season 1, okay, there's your hint. Here's a little breadcrumb. He's in that scene. Played fantastic by Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
But now you throw him in a movie that was mid in Quantumania.
Whew, you ain't lie.
But yet, he's supposed to be this all-powerful being, and Scott Lang is going toe-to-toe with him. Like, huh? Yeah, and that's where you lose me.
Yeah.
Scott should have no chance. And if you think about it, at the end of the day, like every superhero movie, the good guy wins. It's just, I don't know.
You're right about
and I think,
that.
We know who Kang is, and we know what he represents and how dangerous he is. But a lot of people, they didn't make that good connection. It's like, oh, this is just some villain named Kang. You know what I mean? It's
yeah. I don't know. Like, it gets exhausting talking about how much of a mess the MCU has become since Endgame. And yeah, man. It's the new leadership in Disney. It has to be, because like Kevin Feige's still in control, and he has like all this map and timeline for years to come, like he says, and all this. So like, before Kang Dynasty, like we have to get clued into the bigger picture.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the thing is, this is like I said, when Bob Chapek took over, we were still getting good content because there was stuff in the works and being, finalized, all that with, Iger. Now, Bob Chapek took control. He was more about quantity than quality, as you can tell.
Clearly.
Remember, Shang-Chi was being done when Iger was there. So that was something that was being done, finalized. Even though they transitioned, that was under Bob Iger's.
That's why it's a banger.
And Kevin Feige. Exactly. When Chapek took over, he stripped Feige of all power. You know what I mean? Like, Feige was still in control, but Feige didn't decide, this is going on Disney Plus. This is not. This is going to be a movie. This is going to be he didn't have that no more. Now that Iger took over, yes, he's made some idiotic comments during the writer's strike and the actor's strike. Get that, but I think look what he's done for Disney his first time around. I think it's going to take at least 2 years to see that transition back over to how it used to be.
Yeah.
And hopefully these movies within that time frame, sooner rather than later, we get better quality content than quantity. Hence why I think there's only going to be one Marvel movie next year, because he's trying to, rein everything in, basically say, let's start from the beginning again and go from there.
But then what 2025 has? Captain America, Brave New World, Blade, Thunderbolts, and I feel like there's one more.
Well, the thing is, is Blade even ever? I mean, Mahershala Ali is going to be like 90 years old by the time that thing takes place.
Blade's coming.
Oh, man.
Blade's coming. Let me see.
It's just...
Damn it.
My whole thing, too, about Blade is, when these actors sign up for it, they have a window. This has been announced almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And Mahershala Ali, he's not getting any younger, like any of us. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is like, time goes on, he probably has stuff. He's probably given up projects because of this. And what, they're on like their third or fourth writer already. So,
yes, sir.
When is this movie coming out? It's already at the end of 2023. Are we looking at 2025, 2026?
Oh, no, I guess there's 3 movies in 25. And the only thing scheduled for 26 and 27 right now are Avengers movies.
Okay.
I still feel like that's off. I mean,
and that's the thing, too.
I thought they had like a
Who are the
February,
Avengers? Look,
May, July. I don't. I think Captain America, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Blade, all in 2025.
okay. And I got to feel there's some projects in it that get sprinkled in or moved up or something like that.
Yeah, there
That's how it
absolutely
usually
has to
works.
be.
But also like if that's the case too, is like we were saying earlier with Shang-Chi, when is he going to come out? Is he going to be one of the new Avengers? And if that's the case, there's nothing right now showing that whoever the new Avengers are, besides like at the end of the Marvels, you got Miss Marvel trying to recruit Haley Steinfeld, the new, you know, Hawkeye in a sense. Besides, that's the only inkling we know that they're trying to get a young Avengers or maybe
Yeah,
part of the Avengers. Who knows? But besides those two characters, we have no idea because right now there is no. The only OG left around is Thor.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think in Brave New World, I think Sam Wilson tries to get a new team together, and I was gonna say Doctor Strange, but he's not even on Earth right now. So maybe
Yeah,
he goes to Wong, and Wong knows Shang-Chi, Hulk. Hulk's still around. She-Hulk.
Hulk's still around, but it's
You got your Marvels. One of them's in another dimension, another universe. Uh, yeah. So horrible transition. Do you want a fifth Bourne movie?
mm. I was hoping the fifth one would have been with Matt Damon and Jeremy Renner teaming up because you got the
That'd be
first three
cool.
Bourne movies.
The Bourne Legacy is going to end up
With
like Spiral. Like it got made, and we're never going to talk about it again.
yeah, but I would have liked to see if they can do a fifth one, bring in Jeremy Renner because I think when Jeremy Renner that with the fourth one, there was mention of hints of Matt Damon's character, hints of it, and so it was, they were doing stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
So the events of Matt Damon were happening over here, and Jeremy Renner was over here, but it was also happening simultaneously. I wouldn't mind if this is like a kind of a team up one, because I know it got mentioned, but I don't even know if they have a story or whatever to it. I know Matt Damon's coming back, but at
I'm not
the
sure
end of the day, I would love to see some sort of team up.
I heard that Universal is writing or have hired a director or something, and the expectation is that Matt Damon is gonna come back. Like, it's not even confirmed he's coming back. How many books did Robert Ludlum write, man? Just take a book, get your script, your screenplay off of that. You can't go wrong. I feel like Jason Bourne was an original thing. And it's like Legacy was fine, Jason Bourne was fine. The first three Bourne movies are like the perfect trilogy, and like this is just one of those where like we just didn't need more. I'll rewatch the franchise and see the new one. We just didn't need four, 5, and 6 Bourne movie.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do like the fourth one with like say Jeremy Renner or whatever it was, make it be like a Bourne like how they do a Star Wars story. Do it,
Yeah.
Like just do it based off his character, and you could have hints of Matt Damon's character, Jason Bourne, little hints. This has happened over here, but it's a different storyline in the same universe of the Bourne movies, just something separate. Don't call it Bourne this, because Bourne, to me, Bourne is Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like taking it back again. Spiral from the Book of Saw, Treadstone, da da da. In the world of Jason Bourne or something.
Or something like that.
The Treadstone Files.
Like even like I know people didn't like
coming
it,
soon to Peacock.
Or most people that they're down the middle with it, but like it'll say from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
It's in. Give a mention to the title. This is what it's referenced. Okay, now I know it has to do with this, but do its own storyline, its own timeline. for it.
Exactly. All right. Nicholas Hoult cast as Lex Luthor, officially and confirmed by the director and writer of the movie, James Gunn. I mean, I don't love Nicholas Hoult. I think he's really good at what he does in practically everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't see how you get better than this.
No, and not only that, like, I knew Nicholas Hoult from the new version of the X-Men. You know, with James McAvoy, you know, he played
By
the Young
the new
Beast. I get all
version of
that.
the X-Men, you mean About a Boy, but go off.
True. But
Nah.
I really liked him in the movie that I think it's underrated, Warm Bodies.
Yes.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
I like Nicholas Hoult in that. And from that point on, I started watching more stuff with him in it. He was fantastic in The Menu.
Mm-hmm.
The Menu, he was great. And I honestly think, knowing James Gunn, because from what I heard when before any of the strikes or any of that, he also auditioned to be Superman, Nicholas Hoult.
I believe
And it could be something where like with, you know, Tom Hiddleston, it could be like he auditioned to be Thor, but he was so good. You know, we're not going to have you be Thor. We're going to have you be Loki. I feel like same thing happened to Nicholas Hoult. You know, you're too good of an actor for us not to have you in this movie, in this project that we're doing. You may not have the physique of what Superman's supposed to be, and I don't know if you want to go through that rigorous training and work on all that, but I could definitely see you being a fantastic Lex Luthor.
yeah.
And I think I think that's great casting right there.
Hell yeah.
You know, the thing is, the shitty part about all this is, though, is like I said, you know, we know what James Gunn could do. You know, Suicide Squad was really, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
All three of the Guardians of the Galaxies were fantastic. So he knows how to suck you in and all that.
Pause.
And I know as time goes on, you know, time heals wounds. Everybody was upset with him with letting Henry Cavill go. I get all that.
As soon as that first trailer
Hopefully, by the
drops,
time,
man.
that's what I was just gonna say. I hope, you know, and I was upset that they let Henry Cavill go. I was upset as well, but I believe in James Gunn.
Yeah.
The great storyteller, and I think, like you said, once that first trailer drops and we get a glimpse, everybody's gonna forget all that. And remember, him and Henry Cavill, when they had that meeting, and you know, it was announced, and even Henry Cavill came out and says, you know, they're gonna go in a different direction. James Gunn did say he wants to work with Henry Cavill down the line. So maybe they do bring him back in a different iteration, you know.
Yeah.
Superman Kingdom Come, you know, that could happen, you know.
That'd be so fire.
That'd
be so
that would be so dope.
That'd be so fire.
Yeah. I got one for you. Have you seen Thanksgiving? What'd you think of
What's my name, fool?
it?
Of course I saw Thanksgiving.
I like the shirt. Okay.
I mean, like, it was good. It was like, I'm at a point where, like, I don't know. It's Eli Roth. Like, you know, you're gonna get excess of everything, even when it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you got.
Yeah.
But you got like a new like fun slasher, which I'm gonna transition into the last thing we gonna talk about based off of this, cause it's like I want to see a sequel. The way it's set up just like any other like original horror franchise. Like there could easily be like 6 of these movies. And,
yeah.
And like some are gonna be turds, but this one wasn't. And I want more.
Same. And that's the thing is like, it's great because it gives you that. The best way I described it, and you can describe it because it's different. They were like little things of different movies. Like someone said it was, you know, to me it was more little bit of a Halloween-ish Halloween vibe, but more like a Scream. Like it was a little bit of Halloween and Scream together, especially in the opening scene.
Yeah.
Opening scene, definitely Halloween. Other people said it was more like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I could see that as well.
I said Halloween meets I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay. See, and that's the thing is, it's you could definitely see it, and I enjoyed it for what it was, and it was I enjoyed it because it had you guessing. You know,
Yeah.
it's like in Scream, same thing. Oh, it's this person. Oh, it's this person. Oh, it's this person until the very end.
I thought the misdirection was the
And
best part of the whole thing.
yes, yes. And at one point, you'll get sometimes you're contradicting yourself in a sense like, well, no, it's not. Well, no, now it is this person, or it's someone within the group.
Yeah.
But how can that be? And it just kept you guessing, which I enjoyed. That was the fun part of the movie.
Scream 5 was someone within the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I hope they do another one. I hope they do. Like, look, when they did Grindhouse, Death Proof and Planet Terror, all these are fake trailers.
Yeah.
Out of all the fake trailers, I think they made three movies. We got Thanksgiving, that was one of them. Machete, they did a whole thing about that. They did two movies out of that. Was it two? It was Machete Kills.
Yeah, I still want that third one.
So they did. So, and there's another trailer. I can't even remember what the trailers were, but I guess there was another one that was also made. I can't even remember what it
Hobo
was.
with a Shotgun.
That's what it was. With Rutger Hauer
Yeah.
is in that one, and so I think I can't remember what the other trailer was, but that's the only one I think out of the fake trailers that has not been made into a movie.
There's, I think, two. Let me see.
It might be two. Like
Trailers.
I said,
Machete, Werewolf Women of the SS was Rob Zombie. Don't was Edgar Wright. And we got Thanksgiving, and we got Hobo with a Shotgun. So yeah, Edgar Wright and Rob Zombie need to step up to the plate.
Okay, and that's the thing is like when I saw these movies, I saw them on individual releases. Like I bought them individual. Like I got Death Proof, I got Planet Terror. I don't have that. They're the double feature dual pack that you see it as it was seen in the theater. I haven't seen that, so that'll be cool to see. I was thinking about you just buying that, even though I have the other two separately, just buying that version of it just to see it all together with the fake trailers and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I vaguely remember those trailers. Like all I remember from the Thanksgiving fake trailer was just the parade and the big turkey. But yeah, like it was implied that there was like slasher elements in there. But
yeah, and that mask is dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that John Carver is fire. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like the slashers, before this past week, slashers were in a great place, bringing back Halloween, 2 legit Scream movies. Totally Killer was fine. I really enjoy Happy Death Day. Like again, segue, Christopher Landon.
I want that.
Doing his damn thing. Yeah, we need. Speaking of third entries, we need Happy Death Day 3. Freaky was really dope.
I agree.
I don't give a fuck about mashups. I want Happy Death Day 3. I don't need it to mash up with Freaky. If you want to do Freaky 2,
I want Happy Death Day 3.
I'm with it. But I want Happy Death Day 3. But Christopher Landon's next project is Scream 7. And yeah, like Melissa Barrera came out in support of a group of people that's getting victimized, you know what I'm saying? And apparently not Paramount, Spyglass Media that owns the rights to the Scream franchise, just fired their lead. And then the next day, Jenna Ortega isn't coming back. But rumor has it that Jenna Ortega was telling them that she wasn't available before the strike happened, but then the timing of the announcement is very suspect. So
yeah, and I think, and I have a theory on Jenna Ortega. I feel like with that announcement, do I believe that she let them know ahead of time before any of this stuff? I do.
Yeah.
But I feeling it was more like, there's a chance I might not be able to do Scream 7 because of these things. There's a chance. Not that I can't, there's a chance. And like you said, the timing of the announcement, 1 minute Melissa Barrera is getting fired, the next day, Jen Ortega is being announced that she's not coming back because of what she's doing Wednesday season 2. That timing is too coincidental.
Right.
I have a feeling that what happened was, there's a chance I might not be able to do Scream 7, but maybe we could figure something out. And then when this news popped, you know what? Screw it. I'm not doing Scream 7.
Yeah.
That's my homegirl.
Hopefully.
I'm not doing it. I'm doing this. But also, like, I understand. People say, I mean, stuff like freedom of speech. Hey, we all have freedom of speech. You can say what you want. They can say what they want. And this time in this world, people forget it's okay to agree to disagree, and you can still be friends and family and still love each other. I get that. But also, freedom of speech goes both ways.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Randy, say you and I own a company. We own a company, a studio. And there's this event going on. Yep. And this issue's going on, and we don't want to be associated with that issue. Like, we have our own beliefs, and we could be on the same page, and we could be on the same page with, say, Melissa Barrera. Say we agree with her. As people, we agree. She has the right to say what she wants. That's her belief, and she has that right. But also, as a company, if we don't want to be associated with what's going on, whether we're on her side or not, as a company, there's certain things you don't want to have your name be spread. Oh, well, this person's it's like we want to distance ourselves. So that company had also every right to release her.
For sure.
That's their right as well.
For sure.
It goes both ways. I wish, though, they would have had how Disney did with what's her name, Gina
Carano.
She was in
Mandalorian.
Yes, Gina Carano. Mandalorian. When she made certain comments, they reached out to her reps and talked to Gina Carano.
Yeah.
And they said, "Can you tone it down?" She said, "Yes," but then she continued doing that. Now that's different.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done
like
the same thing
Spyglass.
with
Yeah,
this.
just knee-jerked, you're fired.
Yeah,
and
it's reach out to her reps, reach out to her. Let's have a meeting. Let's talk. I understand you feel this way, but can you please keep these comments off social media? You want to think that behind scenes, that's fantastic, but just tone it down for a second. And now, if she continues doing it, yes, but I think they should have reached out to her first, because, like I said, what was the whole thing about the last 2 Scream movies, 5 and 6? Neve Campbell was in 5. She didn't come back in 6. They didn't want to pay her. Okay, great. But at the end of the day, it was the core 4. Remember the core 4? That's all they kept saying. And there's not even now it's just the twins, the brother and sister. And the funny thing is this, is people are saying, I'm reading all over and like, go back and watch the movies. Bring back Stu. Stu is dead.
Stu got his head smashed by a TV
on his head. Yeah, he is dead. Now, it wasn't like at the end of the screen that you saw him being in handcuffs in a stretcher and hurt. That okay? No, he is dead.
And see, like,
smashed his head with a TV.
You've lost 2 of your 4 leads. With all due respect to Jasmine Savoy Brown and to Mason Gooding, nobody is checking for Randy's relatives. People, at least in 6. I don't know about 5 because I didn't know who she was yet, but at least in 6, people were buying tickets to see Jenna Ortega. And fans of 5 were coming to see the Melissa Barrera character, and if she flipped, and the Jenna Ortega character, who was related to all of it, and to see what they could do without Neve Campbell. It's out of 6 movies, I think it's top 3. But now 7, I heard, like, if I'm Paramount, if I'm Spyglass, like, yo, we put out 2 in 2 years. Chill. See when Jenna Ortega's free. See what kiss her fucking ass, whatever we got to do to get her in this movie. And she's going to say, bury the hatchet, rehire my friend. Get like I said in the group chat, get them a fucking bag, get Nev Campbell back. But no, like ego and pride, they're rushing what they can do to rewrite a script. If Scream 7 comes out in the next year and a half, it's going to flop. It is going to flop if they don't. But like we just had this actor strike and this writer strike, and the first thing that the studio wants to do is fuck over their actors.
And that's the thing. Is like even Chris Landon, who's directing the movie, came out and says like, "I don't come at me. I had nothing to do with this.
Exactly.
And it's out of his hands. And the thing is, this is you only gotta remember, Melissa Barrera, she came into Scream 5 hot off the tails of In the Heights, where she was fantastic in The Heights. That movie's dope.
Is that true?
And so it's like she came off of that into this franchise. Then you got Jenna Ortega. It's like
she wasn't in The Heights.
You got basically two female hot commodities in this one movie, and you have one of the best final girls around in slasher movies, Nev Campbell. That's a trio for success.
Exactly.
And now Spyglass kind of F themselves by not paying Nev Campbell, bringing her back with these girls, or say the core four and Nev Campbell, bringing her back, because now, say this, this happens, at least you still have Nev Campbell in the franchise. Now, you got to scrap 7. There's no way they could drop this movie next year.
They're rewriting. They're basically rewriting the whole thing, and it's basically going to be like Scream 5, a brand new movie. I'm telling you, like they're gonna have to take it back to Woodsboro. They're like, what killer is gonna what Ghostface is gonna just come along and have beef with whoever that's not connected to older movies.
And that's the thing, and that's where sometimes
it's gonna feel really forced,
ridiculous. Yeah, some of these Scream movies got a little bit ridiculous. There's a connection, like the twins. That's Randy's family. Melissa Barrera is Loomis's daughter. You know what I mean? It's like there's a connection all over, even as time goes on. With that said, they've killed off this is someone by Nev Campbell, her lost long brother, her this, her that. It's like at the end of the day, it can't be like Star Wars. Star Wars is this vast universe, and yet it all comes down to the same main people. Come on, Woodsboro people. You could do the only thing I could see is what they should have done in Halloween Kills is Halloween Ends is
disgusting.
If they wanted, I remember the character's name anymore. If they wanted that character,
you remember Corey?
Be like Corey. That's what it is.
Oh, you remember Corey?
Michael Myers. They should have called it Halloween Ends: The Legacy, where Michael Myers is dead. You know what? I want to take the mantle of that and in his legacy. I'll buy that. I'll buy that because in every Scream movie, it's a different Ghostface killer. It's a different Ghostface killer. Yeah. So, I love Ghostface, but he doesn't hit as hard as Michael Myers or Jason or even Freddy because it's that main character. Ghostface is you and I could be Ghostface. You and I could be Ghostface. At the end of the day,
you got to be in better shape than I am to be Ghostface.
Nah, I don't know. At the end of the day,
I don't have the endurance to be Ghostface.
I don't know where they go with the storyline. Even if they bring back Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox will probably come back. But at the end of the day, Dewey's dead. The two main ones are Courtney Cox, and you got to throw money at Nev Campbell to even come back to even try to save this.
And now,
Nev Campbell is.
If I was this whole cast. If I was this whole cast, I'm like, I'm not working with y'all unless y'all bring them back. Unless y'all wait for them to be free and available and pay them, I'm not coming back. And I will encourage the fans to not watch.
Exactly. And say Nev Campbell was asking $20 million. You know what? If you want me to say it, I want now $30 million.
Yeah.
You know what? Because you screwed me over. Now, you know what? Now you're going to pay the piper. If you want me to save this franchise, I want to. Now, I don't believe any actor or actress should be paid the ridiculous money these people get paid. But at the end of the day, I'm on her side. Pay her the money. Or Spyglass, sell the rights to a different company.
Yeah.
because right now, Scream 7 is A, is it even going to happen? B, it's a mess. It's a mess because Neff Campbell, even if they pay her all the money she wants, and she comes back, what is the storyline? Does she turn into Ghostface? But that's the same storyline I saw when Shawnee Smith went through the first, saw one, she flipped, and now she, like, what are we doing? It's like, I don't know. Like, what is the storyline?
Nah, I don't know. We'll see. I think that was a solid pod. In 2 weeks, it'll be December, and I think it'll be the last like group discussion for the year. Because after that, them I'm gonna hit them 2 episodes. There's nothing but top 5 lists and all of that, most anticipated and all of that.
You gotta do your movie collection video.
Feel me? Feel me? The end of the year is busy for your boy. Jump in the comments. Let us know what you think about the trailers we talked about, the headlines we talked about, your reaction to the Scream news. I will be back to wrap this episode up. Catch y'all in 2 weeks. It's Rec League. Yo. The excellence of verbal execution. Y'all can't submit me, move on to the next solution. My every maneuver strategic. I rock the boat till everybody getting seasick. Grudge with me like you dreamed I did shit, then woke up big mad. Like when you realize it's not really a genie movie starring Sinbad. The further you get from sun, the slower time moves. Most motherfuckers not ready for the way my mind moves. You ain't got no talent, just decent presentation. Christmas lights. You only bright on occasion. All y'all want to do is clout chase and take a selfie. Oh, 2 things at once looking ass. Travis Kelce. Rarely compliment, but they like to bring up the mistakes that I did often. Feel like I'm watching Babe the way all these pigs talking. If you get your cut, you was in surgery probably. If you gonna bite my shit, you could at least courtesy copy. And chill until the next episode.